Hi, welcome to episode 6, Dream Consciousness Circuit, where we're going to plug into a truer reality. Now, in our last episode, I had the kind of insight only possible through self aware dreaming. See why disease can enter your dream and what it means.
So the idea of dreaming is progressive, and Bruce Lipton talks about it in terms of your DNA and taking control of your health and being able to know that the cause of your health or illness starts with you. It begins and ends with you. So the dreams become, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Maybe that is what the fat man had to do with, because I am very, very, I mean, strongly aware and have a strong opinion on taking care of myself and doing the right thing as far as my immunity system and not depending on government, doctors, hospitals, churches, anybody, because it is my responsibility. And so this fat man who says I got to lose this weight, maybe that was just an affirmation, that I need to really be diligent in that too. I don't know. It's a
Well,
thought.
yeah, it could be, but he is a subconscious aspect.
Yeah, he
So,
is.
so I would see it as, because it's around the belly, it's around um, you. How do I want to say it? You understanding that you're the center. Last night, people don't know this. Last night, one of the movements in the Taraka Yoga for the new moon that we moved through, we did a series. It was called Mirror Resonance, and we had a series of 6 different experiences that deepened our sense of empathy. That was the whole underlying part of what the 3 hours was about. And so one of those movements was a Sioux tradition um, of teaching their young to go through ceremonies that would help them to be accountable and centered in who they are and their relationship with the other members of the tribe. And so in that, it begins, I stand at the center of the earth. And your solar plexus is the center of your being. So that's the stomach area. And so there's a lot there that's not being used. So in your subconscious mind, you have great understandings that man in your dream is ready to use, need to do something about this, need to put them to use. And the way that happens is by our conscious decisions, by making choices, by setting goals, by bringing desires up in our mind that we want. Our subconscious mind stays lean because it's working to manifest those things for us. So in the case of a fat man in the dream, for you, because it's the opposite sex, opposite gender, then it's talking about these understandings that you have that have been mounting up, that are ready to be used, and that aspect wants to put them to use. So that's how I would look at that symbol.
Mm-hmm.
So can you see the resonance of that with the I stand at the center of the earth?
Well, yeah.
That exercise?
Yeah, because because the stomach is your center. I mean, it's more than just your center, it's your core. It's what that whole part of your body is. That's how you um, move through life every day. And the gut, you hear so much about the gut, in the last few years. The gut even controls your brain. The gut has more of a brain reasoning than your brain does. Your gut is everything, and it's the basics of our life and how we continue on. So yeah.
It's interesting that you would say that too, because, well, in Japan, it's called the hara. It's the lower
Mm,
dantian in the
mm-hmm.
dantian movement. And has everything to do with microcosmic orbit, which is the ability to understand how energy flows from the mind into the body. I'm thinking about COVID too, the fact that we talked about COVID, and that, COVID really can only become a problem for people if their microbiome is
Hmm.
imbalanced in some way. Because if you have the appropriate probiotics in your gut, then you're going to be able to handle any and everything, viruses, bacteria, parasites, any of it, because we live with all those. And it's interesting, we kind of made them monsters. Like we have monsters living inside our body that's going to take over, and oh my God, do 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 do, kind of like a horror film. And it is that, it's that we have very active imaginations, and to reach for the understanding is to be able to interpret your dreams, to be able to take, action in terms of how you can improve yourself and become better, setting goals, healthy practices every day, eating in the way that you were talking about. These are ways that are within our realm to be able to have happy, healthy lives, and also
Hmm.
prosperous ones as well. So yeah, that's pretty good. Let's talk a little.
The dream consciousness circuit becomes clear as I delve into what happened just hours before the dream. Stay with me for the final episode.